Excuse me, Mia, are you really going to be having a wedding now of all times?
Long time no see, Shay. And yes, the plan is to have the wedding next month.
It's been a whole year now since you both got married to one another, so something about this seems really off to me.
And you happen to know what happened a year ago that ended up forcing your brother and I to postpone any talks about having a wedding, right?
Huh?
It was your family that wasn't happy with the idea of us having our wedding at the same time as when we went to the courthouse and got married. So things went from that to everyone wanting us to first get married and then thinking about things like a wedding afterwards.
I remember now. Well, you better not be blaming me for being the reason you had to wait a whole year to have a wedding.
I never said it was your fault, though. Actually, you have nothing to do with the reasoning behind it at all, Shay.
Huh? Why's that?
Because you never had anything to do with it. You've always acted like such a victim, though, both you and your mom, and that's why this time we're not going to be inviting you to the wedding.
Oh, that's what I really wanted to talk about. Why are you not inviting my mom and I to your wedding? This is going to be my little brother's wedding of all things.
This is what your brother wants, though, so how about you go and ask him why?
What? Why?
Go ask him. But do you really need him to explain why? I really don't think you should be forgetting the reason for why, though.
Well, I know the reason why.
Well, then there's no need for an explanation, is there?
Huh? Wait.
I'm going now.
Mom? I went ahead and had a look into what was going on there with Mia and Mike's wedding.
Oh, hello, Shay. How did things go there?
It seems like they're having the wedding next month, and of course you and I aren't being invited to it.
Ah, well, I knew that was going to be the case. Had I never come across your father on the phone with Mike speaking about all of this, I wouldn't have even known that he and Mia would be holding a wedding at all.
And to make things worse, that Mia chick, she kept on going on about how us not being invited was something that Mike had wanted. But Mike would never say something like that about us, right? I know that he wants us at the wedding more than anyone else.
What was that? Oh, there's no way that Mike would ever say he doesn't want his own mother and sister at his wedding.
Is this her harassing both her sister-in-law and mother-in-law then? That surely means Mike is being tricked by her as well now, right? She must have been saying all sorts of bad things about you and I, all in order to brainwash Mike into thinking we're both bad people or something.
I see. That's most likely been what's going on here then.
You and I need to talk about a plan of attack for this right now, Mom.
Understood.
Mia, you invite both my mom and I to your wedding right now, please. We've been patient enough with you now, and we'll give you one last chance to send us those invitations.
Could you please go and talk with Mike about that right now? I'm not the one that chose to keep you both away from the wedding, and I won't go inviting the both of you without his permission now.
I will not accept that it is him who wants my mom and I to stay away from his wedding, though.
Then how about, instead of wasting both of our time with this, you go and talk with him or something? I don't even understand why you're still talking to me when I've told you plenty of times now that he's the one that asked for all of this. So go have a word with him.
I want you to go have a talk with him. If you keep asking me to go and talk with my own brother about this, you are going to really piss me off.
Are you kidding me? I'm not going to be caught in the middle of this. Mia, so far my daughter and I have received no form of an invitation in the mail for your wedding. What exactly is going on there? As the mother of the groom, there is no way for me not to be there on his big day. It's been a long time since I last spoke with you, Diana. I spoke with your daughter about all of this already last week, and like I'd said to her, it is your son who said that he doesn't want to invite either one of you to his wedding. Asking me over and over why this is, and for me to invite you both, is not going to make your dreams come true. So could you please go talk with Mike instead of me? It's because he's not listening to either one of us right now that the only option we have left is to talk with you about all of this. You are the one responsible for all of this, after all. Right, so I'm the one that's behind everything? I'm sure that you've been talking about both my daughter and I to Mike in a bad way, making him hate us more and more for no reason at all, right? That's why the both of us are asking you to go and have a word with him right now in order to fix this mess that you've created.
Could you please both think back on what the both of you had done to Mike before coming to me asking that again?
Huh?
If you were to just remember what happened, then you would have your answer as to why Mike doesn't want you or Shay at the wedding.
There is no use with her, is there? She won't budge at all on her stance of not inviting us to her wedding.
I see. So not even you could break her to find the answer?
All we'd need is a way into that wedding, and then we can figure things out from there.
There's no choice. Since she's wanting to act like that, we're going to have to play our last hand.
What's the plan, Shay?
A friend of mine happens to work over at that wedding venue. As long as I go and have a talk with them about this, I am sure they could help us out in some way to make sure we can get back at Mia.
Is that so? So you've had a friend like that this whole time?
I knew that this would be the hardest plan to carry out and quite the pain in our butts, and that's why I was saving it as a sort of last resort. We have another 2 weeks before the day of that wedding. Guess there's no choice but to go with it all now. Oh no, the bride's changing room is going all crazy now.
Good morning, Shay. Did something happen already?
Oh my, so the main guest of today's wedding is still not aware of what's happened? Well, here's the what happened, Mia. My little kid accidentally got red wine all over your wedding dress.
What? They got red wine all over my wedding dress? But Shay, your kid is only 5 years old, right? What were they doing carrying around a glass of red wine?
We wanted to really celebrate you and Mike today, so we bought a whole bunch of red wine for everyone.
Wait, what? That doesn't explain anything about your kid having wine.
I know you didn't invite me to be here today, but in the end I really wanted to come and celebrate you guys so badly. The staff told me that I wasn't invited, but I asked them to please let me in to at least give you your present and say hi. So after my mom and I talked with the staff at the front for a bit, they let us all in. But when we made our way over to your dressing room, you weren't inside it yet, and so we were waiting and waiting. And, well, not being able to sit around all day waiting, my kid got into the bag that had the red wine for everyone and opened one up. When my mom and I finally realized what she was doing, she had spilled a lot of the wine all over your wedding dress. Then she took a fall and the glass shattered, spilled all the rest of the wine onto your dress, making it even worse. So sorry for getting your dress all messy. Wine is also really hard to get out of clothing, and with the amount on your dress now, there is no way you're getting those stains out today. Now your only option is to have your wedding canceled today, right? But of course, my kid was who caused this, and since they're a kid after all, you'll have to forgive them. And originally, this all happened because you never chose to invite my mom or I to this wedding of yours today, right? The one who should actually be apologizing right now is you, Mia.
Shay? That's not my dress you're talking about.
What? What do you mean?
And actually, my wedding with Mike is already over now.
What? Your guys' wedding is already finished? Since when did that happen?
Yesterday.
You had your wedding yesterday? You said that the wedding would be on the weekend, so I was sure you meant on Sunday.
But based on Mike's and my work schedule, Saturday was the best option for us to hold our wedding on.
No way.
Do you and your mom have any idea whose wedding you're even at right now?
We're in S City at the S Wedding Hall right now.
Ah, so you guys don't even have the right location either.
This isn't the right venue?
At first, Mike and I really wanted to go there for our wedding, but after talking with the wedding planner there, she told us that the Saturday we had in mind was all full. So after a little bit of talking and thinking about other places we want to have the wedding, we decided to say screw it and went with a wedding in the Florida Keys instead. So that's where we're both at right now.
You're in the Florida Keys?
And as for the people who were invited to the wedding, that would just be my parents and your father.
So my dad is there with you guys as well right now?
2 days ago, right after he'd gotten out of work, he went straight to the airport and flew out here to be with us. Don't tell me that you never even noticed your father being gone and away from home for the past 2 days, Shay.
I never once noticed he was gone.
Is that right?
So this then means, this dress.
I would really like to know who the heck's dress you guys went and ruined today.
I have no idea.
Wait, did you all run away from that location?
But we thought...
I suggest you guys all prepare yourselves for what comes next, because you're going to have hell to pay here soon. You're not going to be able to run away from that mess, as you already had to talk your way into that wedding through the staff, so they know your faces. Good luck!
Mia, this is all your fault, so you're going to be the one to pay that $50,000 right now.
Excuse me? So that's the amount both the bride and groom asked you all to pay up after you went and ruined their wedding the other day, right? I don't know all the details about that wedding, but from what I've heard, that wedding dress was made by a very famous designer based in France that you went and ruined.
You thought that we should have known that just by looking at it? I told them that it was my kids' fault, but neither one of them would listen to me or forgive us.
When it comes to something the child does, it's always on the parents to be responsible for it. And from the very start, weren't you planning on using your kid as a scapegoat so that you could be forgiven by me for going and ruining my dress? The whole story you made up was already quite unbelievable, but you trying to use it on another couple really shows just how desperate you and your mother are.
Stop it with all your rambling and pay us that $50,000. They told us we have to pay them in one lump payment, so you get all of that $50,000 right now and send it our way.
No way.
Huh?
I have nothing to do with your guys' problems right now. Goodbye. I was just told by my husband that he wants to divorce me now. I have to turn things around for myself right now, and I need you to go and have a word with him to set him straight. Why should I have to do that? Just like you did to my son, you've gone and brainwashed my husband. Wait. I never did anything to either of the guys, and I have no reason to be brainwashing your husband, even if I was doing that. Then why the hell is my husband saying he wants a divorce now? Maybe it's because you're exactly the kind of person he doesn't like. Huh? I'm going to stop talking to you now. What kind of person are you talking about right now?
I've been told by my husband that he wants to divorce me now. And he's going to take full custody of my kid as well. What the hell is going on here?
I heard about all of that from him already. He said that in order for you to get into Mike's and my wedding so that you could ruin it for us, you went and talked with one of your friends that worked in that wedding venue and got them to help in letting you inside without an invite. And it turns out that the friend you have working for you at the wedding venue is your ex-boyfriend, right?
If you already know about all of that, then you start giving me the money I asked for. I'm already having to pay up close to $50,000 alongside my own mom for the wedding that was ruined, and now I'm having to pay even more.
Come on already. Why do you keep asking me to give you money when I have literally nothing to do with you?
Because you're part of the reason all of this is having to happen to me, so help me the hell out.
So you're just going to continue blaming me like that until the end of time, huh?
I don't care what you think about this. Help me. Right now, your own husband's older sister is in a massive pinch.
Well, about that husband of mine, he already told me that he's cutting ties to you now.
What?
Which means that there is really no reason at all for me to be helping you out, let alone talking to you like this anymore.
He's cutting ties to me?
So goodbye forever.
Mom, Mike just went and cut ties to me forever.
He did the same thing to me a second ago as well.
What?
I just opened the mailbox and there was a letter inside it from him where he explained all of the feelings he has towards me now. And it seems that recently, while you and I had been busy with our own problems, him and Mia moved away.
What?
And your father divorced me and left the house.
He divorced you?
He said he's selling the house, so you and I have to get out of here really soon as well now.
Huh? He's selling the house now, too? Hold on a second, Mom. I'm being divorced by my husband as well, and I won't have a house to go home to now. That house is all I have.
You think I can do anything to help you out now?
What the hell are we going to do from here on out, though? Both you and I aren't working or anything either.
Oh, stop complaining to me about all of it and start trying to help yourself.
Seriously, Mom, what the hell are we going to do now? Mike had always lived a life of being picked on and harassed under both his older sister and his mother, leading him to become pretty depressed during his teenage years. This led him to lose a lot of confidence in himself, and that made it near impossible for him to find a girlfriend in high school as well as in college. But once he had graduated from college and had searched for work, he made sure to look for places far away from his family in order to escape them. His time being in college with brand new people also helped him gain some of his confidence back and opened him up a bit more, freeing him from being so depressed. When he had gotten his first job and moved out of the house, he met me, and I became his first ever girlfriend. And when it came to Mike's father, a rather quiet man that didn't ever get his way in the house, the idea of divorcing Diana had popped into his head not too long after Mike left the house. So this time, having gone with his daughter to a wedding that wasn't even Mike's or mine, and ruined it for the bride and groom that day after intending to do that to ours, he had had it with Diana. After that day, people from both Diana's and Shay's life slowly began to leave, making it more difficult for the two to find anyone to help them out. And the only thing they ended up having left was debt. Shay's debt came from both the money she had to pay the groom and bride for their wedding and the wedding dress which she had ruined, as well as a settlement she had to pay her husband. That ex-boyfriend she had been asking to help her into the wedding, which she assumed was mine, only did so under the condition that they had a one-night stand. And so, of course, she went ahead and did that, but not secretly enough to evade her husband, who found out and made that another reason for their divorce. Diana's debt came primarily from the wedding she helped ruin as well, along with having to help Shay pay off her settlement to her ex-husband since she kind of helped Shay have that affair. As of right now, those two are having to live a life in a very small and run-down apartment. They both now live, shifting the blame back and forth as to whose fault all of this was, while both working low-level jobs trying to pay off all the debt they had to go into. There are times where both of them will try calling either Mike or I, saying that they'd learned their lessons and wanted to make things up after becoming family to us again. But both Mike and I know that's a lie, and have since gone and blocked both of their numbers and deleted their contact information off of our phones. When we moved into our new house, we also made sure to never tell anyone in that family, not even Mike's father, about our new address. And only just started talking with his father again after the divorce had happened. Mike is now much closer to his office as well with this new house, and I'm closer to my parents' house. All in all, this was a very happy ending for almost everyone, minus both Shay and Diana, who will be forever regretting their wrongdoings. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.